One of my favorite things with Transformers is when you see a clever repaint or remold, turning one character into a completely different character. It's exciting and fun to see how clever they can be. Back in the day, this held true as well, though oftentimes it was just a repaint with little to no changes made. But that was okay, because it was still fun to see old names crop up in new ways. Here's an example that we're going to look at today, in the form of Transformers Universe Countdown.
If you like this content, you should consider supporting the channel.
That was awesome, Motormaster. Thank you.
And if you don't support us, I will head straight to your home, take my sword, and drive it into your...
Okay. That was great. Let's get some lunch.
I could really go for some sashimi.
The original Countdown was a Micromaster that came with a gigantic rocket-based playset. As a kid, I'd seen pictures of this thing and salivated over it, but sadly, I never got him. This universe incarnation of the character gives him a plus-sized makeover, borrowing the fantastic form of Cybertron Defense Red Alert. Now, full disclosure, this toy is not complete. I am missing his blaster that fills in the gap of the truck cab, as well as his missile. But honestly, those things are not necessary to really enjoy this blast from the past. Countdown's vehicle mode is that of a missile truck, but that description hardly does it justice, as he's more of a rocket transport. Looking this figure over reminds me of just how cool Cybertron designs really were. This comes from an era where Transformers were toys to be played with. Big chunky parts, wonderful details, and fun, all but silly play features. The rocket could be launched off the railing, triggering a whooshing sound effect, and if you had a cyber key, or a working finger, you could trigger the nose cone to split and launch a missile from the tip. Meanwhile, Countdown himself could drive around in his heavily armored truck mode and blast Decepticons with his top-mounted cannon. The paint and details are fantastic in this mode. While my brain tells me it's just Red Alert, I can appreciate what they were going for to give the feel of Countdown. Transforming Countdown is a simple affair, and another testament to why I enjoyed Cybertron and Galaxy Force designs. Where Armada also simplified its toys, you tended to lose key points of articulation in favor of the simplicity. Meanwhile, Energon toys were too reliant on gimmicks. Cybertron was a good balance of those ideals, leaving us with wonderful, imaginative designs that were fun to play with and could pose pretty well for the time. In robot mode, Countdown is... well, he's Red Alert. But again, I was amazed at how far a simple color swap can go to make this look like someone else. Would a new head sculpt have been great? Of course. But the reality is, for the time, it was a really cool get. Countdown is a relatively obscure character, so to see an homage like this is just fantastic. I always liked the Cybertron Defense Team's designs. They were the highlight of the show for me. And the Red Alert mold, in particular, is probably my favorite. This mold, done up as Countdown, just works really well. With the hulking bodybuilder physique, the fantastic red, white, and blue colors, with touches of silver here and there, I love this look. Mount the rocket on his shoulder, and he is just dripping with over-the-top nonsense. As I mentioned, I'm missing his main blaster weapon, so I can't show that off. Nor can I show how the little tools stored in his legs could attach to it. But you can just imagine how these were another neat play gimmick to add to the fun. Countdown whipping these out to perform maintenance on his rocket. I could probably say that in a better way. Anyway, this was a fun nostalgia trip for me. My mother surprised me with Countdown as a Christmas gift. I had lent some of my figures to her library for a display, along with another collector. He had put Countdown in his display, and I made a passing comment that I had always wanted that figure. So she tracked one down for me. According to her, Googling Transformer with giant rocket got her eventually to the right place. And so, here we are.
Well, you could just move on to the next video, or you could click the subscribe button. Yes, go on. He needs the confidence boost.